I got it from mine.
I got it from mine.
And they all got it from me.
It's Macy's Father's Day sale with an extra 25% off great gifts for Dad. Now at Macy's.
Success looks different for everyone, which means the path to success also looks different. For 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has helped adults succeed. You're not waiting to win. You're ready to succeed again at umgc.edu.
I feel like there's a lot of life ahead of me.
Yes, a life that includes her fiancé, Ben Affleck. Tomorrow, we've got the latest on Benifer's next big move.
Plus, feast your eyes on the boys of summer. We've got your weekend watch list.
I can't think of anything more exciting.
Yeah, and speaking of exciting, Chris's three-time co-star, Ana de Armas, is giving us our first real look at her training.
Happening now.
We all had questions about the Uvalde mass shooting. Now some answers, at least for committee members from the Texas House of Representatives. Also, why the Uvalde DA wants investigators to stay tight-lipped.
Making a sandwich for lunch, it's going to cost you more. So are eggs, milk, and just about everything else. Coming up, we take a look at what a cart of groceries cost last winter to what it costs now.
The Saharan dust is moving out and temperatures get even hotter for Father's Day weekend. We've got more on your forecast coming up. The news at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, what really happened inside Robb Elementary on May 24th? It's what a Texas House of Representatives committee hopes that witness testimony will provide answers to.
The committee is led by State Representative Dustin Burrows, former Texas Supreme Court Justice Eva Guzman, and State Rep Joe Moody of El Paso. Alicia Barrera live in Uvalde tonight outside the city office where the first day of testimony just wrapped up. Alicia.
Steve, good afternoon. Well, literally just minutes ago, it's been a long day for these committee members. It started promptly at 10 a.m. as it was scheduled. And literally just about 2-3 minutes ago, we received word that the superintendent, which is the last witness to speak in front of the committee, has just wrapped up. So again, a long day for them. But State Rep Burrows did say at the beginning during opening remarks that these witnesses, all 5 of them, and the ones that they will be hearing from tomorrow, are all brave for providing insight that will help answer lingering questions. Those answers will then be presented to the state later on. Today, there were 5 witnesses who shared their testimony, which was made in private. The committee heard from several Uvalde CISD administrators, including Kenneth Mueller. He's the director of student services. After him was Rodney Harrison, director of maintenance and operations. And of course, Superintendent Dr. Harrell was also present. Mr. Jaime Perez, he's a custodian. We tried to catch up with him. None were really speaking, but the day began with Robb Elementary Principal Mandy Gutierrez speaking, and she was visibly emotional as she left City Council chambers earlier today.
It was just an information session. They're going to compile a report, and when that comes out, I may have more comment at that time.
How are you doing personally after all of this?
I'm just concerned for my families and my kids.
And that concern is one that the community of Uvalde, as well as everyone watching, can relate to. Principal Gutierrez's testimony did last about an hour and a half. It was probably the longest of the 5 witnesses. No others wanted to answer any questions once they stepped out. Again, right now, we know the superintendent was the last one to wrap up. What happens next for us as media, and this is again open to the public, so whoever does want to be present can listen to what comes next. And that's going to be going back inside those city council chambers to get a wrap up, kind of an overview of what was spoken on in private. And tomorrow is when it's expected to hear from law enforcement. So stick with us here on KSAT. Coming up at 6, we'll have a review of those closing remarks. Live in Uvalde, Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Let's hope more of those details become public. Thank you, Alicia. Well, the question of who's actually in charge of the Uvalde investigation has come up a lot with the lack of information we've gotten so far. Multiple agencies have been named, including the Uvalde District Attorney, Christina Mitchell-Busby. Our John Paul Barajas spoke to her in Uvalde this morning.
She told us point blank the FBI and the Texas Rangers are the lead agencies in this investigation, reiterating what Governor Abbott's office told us yesterday. She added she is not investigating anything, and she's waiting on the FBI and the Rangers to finish their investigation. That could take 6 months, likely longer, before passing it over to her and her office to be reviewed. He also asked her why she was asking officials like the DPS director to be tight-lipped about the investigation. She simply said she's trying to protect the already grieving families from the half-truths and inaccurate information. She would rather than be told facts instead of new findings that are still trying to be pieced together. In Uvalde, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
We don't wait for SWAT. We train in how to respond and how to get in there.
And tonight after the game, the Bexar County Sheriff goes one-on-one with KSAT 12 on responding to active shooters, red flag laws, and lessons learned after Uvalde. His interview with Night Beat anchor Stefania Jimenez tonight after the game.
A moment now to remember Uvalde's victim, Layla Salazar. Funeral services for this 11-year-old held this morning. According to her obituary, Layla loved dancing and singing and watching the Dallas Cowboys. Back here in San Antonio, she said she didn't know there was a gun in the house after her 2-year-old daughter shot herself and died. But investigators say that statement was just not true. 35-year-old Jessica Cantu now facing charges. 2-year-old Julie Gonzalez died back in February. Investigators say that she was shot while she was left unattended at her Southside home. Her mother was in the bathroom when it happened, and she told investigators the gun belonged to her boyfriend, Joshua Ramirez, and she wasn't aware that it was left in the home. Now investigators say Cantu actually bought the gun the child used, and she did know that he had it with him that day. Ramirez was arrested in March. Cantu was arrested on Friday. A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy has been convicted of child sexual abuse. Andrew Guerra found guilty on 2 counts of sex assault of a child and 2 counts of indecency with a child. He was arrested in February of 2020 after being under investigation for more than a year following a report he was having a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old. Guerra resigned from the sheriff's office in March of 2020 in lieu of being terminated. His sentencing set for September 7th. More than 39,000 San Antonians are soon going to be living in a new city council district. No, they're not moving. They're just falling under a new district map that was approved just today. The change rebalances the populations of all 10 districts that have grown in a lopsided way. An advisory committee of city council appointees took a few months to build the new lines. Mayor Ron Nirenberg said they tried to make the process more transparent and independent. Nevertheless, some council members were critical.
I think it's important that folk are not able to appoint their family members to sit on the redistricting committee. The folk do not appoint their staff members to sit on the redistricting committee. This is significant.
That comment, a clear reference to District 3 Councilwoman Phyllis Villagran, who appointed her sister, the district's previous councilwoman, and to District 8 Councilman Manny Pelaez, who appointed his zoning director to the committee. The mayor said process changes could be addressed in the future. Those new lines go into effect in May of next year. Now to your money. How much more it costs to feed your family. In December, we showed you that a cart of groceries costs $22 more than it did a year ago. So what about now? What's happened since then in just 6 months? 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz with another foodflation price check.
Checking out is adding up. Aisle after aisle, food prices are climbing.
Everything from the vegetables to the bread to the cereal, the milk, the eggs. Oh my goodness, the eggs, it's ridiculous.
Denise Salinas just spent $300.
I didn't buy no meat. And I was like,
just how fast are prices rising? To find out, we shopped the same items we priced last winter for curbside pickup at the same store. And here's what we found. The same groceries that cost $224 just 6 months ago now cost $15 more. Inflation has a seat at the kitchen table. Check it out. The price of our milk soared 42%. And breakfast? Eggs are up 16%. Bacon up 10%. Coffee perked up another 9%, and get this, oatmeal cost a whopping 58% more.
Making a sandwich for lunch, this bread is up 23%. The sliced turkey up 16%, and this mayo, it's up 29%.
You just try and do the best that you can with what's out there, you know. a lot of chicken and a lot of hamburger meat.
But that meat and potato supper is also costing more. Chicken thighs up 3%. Ground sirloin rising nearly 6%, and those potatoes 30% more. But when it comes to prime ribeye, it's actually cheaper, down 18%, a rare thing.
It's not getting any better.
And it won't anytime soon, economists say, not as long as supply chain, gasoline, and Ukraine issues remain. And here's one more cold hard fact. Our ice cream is up 14%. Not exactly the scoop you were hoping for. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
And here's another problem for us in the grocery store today. A local organization is working to get baby formula to families amid that nationwide shortage. Today, Any Baby Can, San Antonio, reminding families they are offering free formulas for their infants. And the process is easy. The thing is, though, is you have to request it through the nonprofit. The shortage has impacted families everywhere, especially in San Antonio.
San Antonio has been disproportionately impacted by the formula shortage. Our out of stock rates are actually outpacing the national rate. So there's a lot of need in the community.
And if you are in need of free formula, you can reserve yours on Any Baby Can, San Antonio's website. It's anybabycansa.org.
We told you about it yesterday. The Federal Reserve instituted its largest interest rate hike in nearly 30 years. But what does it mean for the San Antonio housing market?
Our RJ Marquez spoke to a local real estate and lending service about what potential buyers need to know before they make a move on a home.
As weird as this may sound, it's actually a really exciting time if you want to buy a house.
Jack Hawthorne, the CEO of Keller Williams Heritage, says the move by the Fed is not expected to slow down San Antonio's housing market, but soften it a bit for potential buyers.
So whenever you go out and you bid on a home, instead of competing against 27 other people, you're competing against maybe 2.
Another thing to keep in mind if you are thinking about buying a house right now is that you can wait for the interest rates to go down, but Hawthorne said that the value of homes in San Antonio continues to go up. So either way, the house is going to become more expensive to buy.
What is usually the better option is buy the house, plan to refinance in a couple of years when rates go down, because once you own it, you get the benefit of that appreciation.
Lisa Arlette is the Vice President of Mortgage Lending San Antonio. She says if you have been looking to buy a home for a while, it's important to note that some buyers may be priced out with this hike.
We've nearly doubled interest rates since January. So if they're working with that predetermined information, it's no longer accurate.
But both say that now is not the time to panic, and we're not expected to see another housing collapse like in 2008.
It was a combination of really questionable lending and predatory lending practices. That's not the case today. So the sky isn't falling. We are now just back into a normal market setting.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Yesterday's reprieve from the heat was nice, but we're back into the triple digits again today. Looking at some of the weather watches this afternoon, 104 in Del Rio, 98 in Lakeview. We're seeing triple digits all around San Antonio. We did officially hit 100 here in town. 100 in Bulverde, 99 Bernie, 101 in Canyon Lake, 103 down there in Lavernia. We've had some dusty skies today, too. The dust moves out, but temperatures will get hot. Your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Justin. Summer camp looks a bit different these days, and for kids at Harris Middle School, camp involves drones and rockets. Coming up, Tiffany Huertas takes us to STEM camp and hears from teens about the educational experience. You're supposed to feel safe at work, but tonight at 6:30, investigative reporter Dylan Collier reveals how women working at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center have been assaulted, abused, and targeted with sexually inappropriate behavior from their male supervisors until it literally made some of the women sick.
I was so stressed, emotionally stressed, and I threw up in my car.
It's a Defender's investigation tonight at 6:30.
Ready, set, drone. Students taken to the skies and with their drones and then rockets at a new summer camp at Harris Middle School. I'm
envious. It's packed with adventure and hands-on activities. Tiffany Huertas has a look at how the camp is helping kids build self-confidence while they learn new skills.
It's a new summer camp involving STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. It allows kids to ask questions, solve problems, and practice teamwork.
I just think it's like fun to do rockets and work with each other.
Harris Middle School STEM teacher Sharon Malik Barnes says students are learning quickly.
Our very first one we built took us about 6 hours. As the kids have learned more and more, we built one yesterday in about an hour and a half.
At this camp, kids are learning all about drones. They're learning how to fly them and the science behind them.
So in the tent, the kids are practicing on an obstacle course. They're learning to control the drones for hopefully in the future a drone competition where they can race their drones and be able to compete against other schools.
Thanks to a $20,000 grant, this camp is possible.
Through STEM, we're hoping to build those long-term skills and hopefully encourage jobs in that field.
The camp is encouraging kids to use their imagination. These teens say there are many reasons why you should join a STEM camp.
Do it. You're going to have fun.
It's worth it. All the amazing stuff you see, you witness, it's like unbelievable.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
I want to use drone and rockets. I want to do that. Can I go to STEM camp?
It's never too late. Never too late.
I wish they had that stuff when I was a kid.
I'm telling you, Justin, we need to do a grown-up STEM camp.
I'm in. Count me in.
Let's
I'm
do
all
it.
about it. That looks awesome. I know those kiddos, though, were probably a little hot today. Those temperatures officially now 101, the high here in San Antonio. It was also a little hazy. We had that Saharan dust working through. I want to show you the air quality. Where do we stand right now? Well, we're in the unhealthy category. For those who are sensitive to this kind of thing, if you have lung issues, this dust isn't great, and we've had quite a bit of it today. Now, it starts to move out next couple of days. You're going to see less of it. And here's the Saharan dust forecast. Lightening up today, especially as we get into this evening, and then as we get into the weekend, it should be very light. So we can say goodbye to that, at least for a little while. I think as we get into the middle part of next week, it does make a return, and we'll see more of it probably by Wednesday. Month in review. I guess this comes as no surprise. Another day at 100. It was not a record today, but the average temp has been 88.3 so far this month. The average high temp has been over 100, and we're well above average. We're setting all sorts of records here, and it just does not want to let up. As we go outside for you one more time, 99 at the airport, but we're at 103 at Stinson, 101 Kelly, 99 at Randolph, and you see the winds there out of the south-southeast anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. They'll be a little breezy this evening. Temperatures around the area, 95 Rock Springs, 102 in Del Rio, 102 Carrizo Springs, and locally here around Bexar County, right around that 100-degree mark. Getting the warm spot down there at Stinson, 103, 100 New Braunfels and 93 up at Canyon Lake. Thankfully, the dew points have fallen off a little bit, so it's not as humid as it could be. So we don't have the big-time heat indices, but these numbers will jump back up by tomorrow morning. We'll see a little more humidity. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 95 by 8 o'clock. We're at 82 by midnight, slow to cool down in the overnight hours, dropping down into the 70s, but probably not much cooler than that. 77 is going to be the low tomorrow morning. Now, as we get into tomorrow, there is a small opportunity for a couple of showers as some energy comes in from the east, and the computer models are showing 1 or 2 pop-up showers. This is not going to amount to much. Most of us stay dry, but there is a small opportunity there. I'd say 10%. And even in the afternoon, it shows maybe 1 or 2 popping up there in the hill country. We'll see. This doesn't help us a lot with this current drought situation. And as we look across the country, it's not just us in this sweltering heat. It's a large portion of the Midwest, too. 96 in St. Louis, 98 Memphis, 90 in Cleveland. You've got the big-time temperatures out there in Phoenix and Las Vegas. They're used to that, though. 110 there, 105 in Las Vegas. And the reason for all this heat, our ridge of high pressure, which has been really very much in control of our weather and in control of basically the eastern half of the country. Around the edges, though, we are seeing some severe weather. There's a tornado watch box this evening across parts of New York and parts of Pennsylvania, and then severe weather close to the nation's capital. That's all around the edge of this ridge of high pressure, but we are starting to see it move back over top of us, and that means more heat in our forecast. You see it wobble around a little bit, but really it drives our forecast and keeps those temperatures pretty warm. Very quickly, let's talk about the tropics. There are some systems out in the Pacific. We've got Hurricane Blas, another system that likely develops in the next couple of days, but it stays away from us. And then one system here in the Caribbean, this one too looks rather disorganized and doesn't look like it will bring us much of anything. So the extended forecast, 101 Saturday, 102 Sunday, and then more triple digits next week. Not much changes here, guys.
Unfortunately. No. Thank you, Justin.
All right, the Golden State Warriors are just one win away from another NBA title, Greg.
And will we see Game 6 Clay, where he's made famous during the postseason, but of course not the last 2 years? And when we come back, more about that. And the Celtics tell us and show us they're used to elimination games. Coming up. A new NBA champion could be crowned as early as tonight when the Golden State Warriors face the Boston Celtics in Game 6 of the 2022 NBA Finals. The Warriors have a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 series, can eliminate the Celtics with a win tonight in Boston and take their 4th NBA championship in the last 8 years under former Spurs Steve Kerr. This could be a special moment for the Warriors' Klay Thompson, known as Game 6 Clay, dating all the way back to the 2016 series against the Oklahoma City Thunder when he dropped 41 points, including 11 three-pointers in the Western Conference Finals. His most recent Game 6 heroics came in the Western Conference semifinals this season when he scored 30 points with 8 three-pointers. Now he has the opportunity to live up to that nickname tonight, validating his return from 2 very serious injuries that cost him the last 2 seasons.
I realize I'm on a really good streak right now of Game 6s, and I don't know how long that will last. Hopefully it's obviously a nickname I earned. I want to live up to it, but at the same time, I don't want to go in there and play hero ball. I'm just going to go in there and be myself and do what I've been doing the last few games, and I know that will allow us to be successful.
This is not the first time in these playoffs that the Boston Celtics have faced elimination. In fact, it will be their 4th after coming back from 3 previous. Against the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference semifinals, they were down 3-2 and won the next 2. And against the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Heat forced a Game 7, which Boston won 196. Prior to Game 5 in the finals, the Celtics had responded 7 straight times to losses in the postseason, but never lost back-to-back games until Monday night.
It hasn't been easy. It's been extremely tough. We've had some tough losses. Losing Game 5 against Milwaukee, was extremely tough. Just knowing that we had to win 2, go on the road, and losing Game 6 against the Heat was extremely tough. But in those moments we just responded. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think just our will to want to win.
Last game on our home floor to kind of embody our whole season. We're looking to give it everything we got.
All right, do or die tonight for the Boston Celtics, live at 8 p.m. right here on KSAT 12. If there is a Game 7, that will be on Sunday night at 7. And that's what the Celtics are hoping for as we speak.
You have a gut feel on tonight?
I do. I think Boston wins tonight.
Thank you.
You both agree?
I agree.
I'm going to go with Golden State just to be different.
Just to be different.
Yep.
Why not?
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We are up to 99 right now, and temperatures topped out at 101 today. We'll be right back there again tomorrow. 99 the high, small chance for shower or 2, mainly along our coastal counties, but we could see 1 or 2 get a little bit closer to San Antonio. Nothing that's going to help us with our drought. 101 Saturday, 102 Sunday for Father's Day and Juneteenth, and more heat next week. Just does not let up. Lots of sun in the forecast, too.
Smoking Father's Day. Thank you, Justin.
See you at 6.